Dr. Erica with Rosie Research, and we're looking at one of the add-on activities for our Mummy Mystery Lab that we're doing in October for Halloween. And this is Rosie Research and the Missing Smell. And this is an add-on that's really good for sort of older kids who are already doing a lot of biology, but after you do the Mummify Me game in the lab that talks about how water is leaving into the salt, you can probably talk with this about it with any of your kids and they can learn something from it, but definitely for older kids. And so the question that you guys are looking at is, why doesn't my chicken smell as bad as I think it would? You know, you leave your chicken in the fridge for any amount of time after the sell-by date, it seems, and all of a sudden it starts to stink really badly. And you know, you can open up a chicken package and you can whiff it. Maybe it's just 1 or 2 weeks old or something, and that smell is so noticeable that everybody who I have talked to about the mummy mystery is always in shock. Like, doesn't your kitchen smell really bad? You're mummifying a chicken. That's disgusting. But it doesn't smell, and we're going to look at why it doesn't smell. So as we put salt in and around our chicken, we're taking water out of the chicken, absolutely. But we're also creating an environment where bacterial cells can't survive very well. And that's because if we look at a bacterial cell, we have sort of the flagellum. This is the motor. This like helps them move, so they spin. So it helps them move. And then we have the cell wall that comes around, that protects it. And then inside the cell wall, we're going to have all of our cell guts. So the DNA, the protein makers, the ribosomes, and also, of course, something essential that we all think you can't have life without, which is water. Now, if I pack salt on my chicken, which is where my bacteria is, imagine all of the salt right around your bacteria, right? Now, the water is going to be attracted to that salt because it sees so many salty ions out here. It wants to even out the concentration, and it sees no water over here. So it says, I want to go even that out. I'm going to go from the inside outside of my cell to even out that concentration of water. And that's how osmosis works. It's always trying to even out a certain concentration. So if you have high salt in one area and low salt in another, the salt will sort of move over, if it can, into the other area to even out those concentrations. Well, the same thing happens with water. Now, as my water leaves, this whole little cell insides and the plasma membrane is going to shrink down. Now, all of the things in the cell need water to work. We can't make proteins without water. And so once I've shrunk down that cell, my bacteria isn't surviving anymore. So it's not eating anything anymore. It's not farting out stinky things anymore. And as a result, our chicken isn't smelling. And in this activity, you kind of want to ask them, like, what will the inside of the cell look like? And it should be something that's like very small down here, and everything is highly concentrated. So you're going to have all of your ribosomes, all of your DNA, and something very, very small and very little, if not any, water in there. And that's why you don't have smell. That's why the missing smell happens, which is really handy because it makes this to be a really fun activity. We've had this chicken, we mummified it about a month ago. We wrapped it just a little bit ago, so it hasn't been in salt for about a week now, and it still isn't smelling. So it works really, really well, and that's because of the salt drying out not only the chicken, but also the bacteria. So hopefully you guys have a little bit of fun and a lot of learning with this missing smell add-on activity. You can find it in your add-on folder, and it will be in the grades 4 to 5 folder for you guys. Have a great day.